Who's covering what?
You know, we probably should figure that out. I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
These are extraordinary times.
As you can tell, he's still got a little bit of that cold that's going around everywhere.
Yeah. I think I might have perpetuated it. I don't know.
Mondays.
No factual evidence to support that.
I've been trying. I've been making chicken broth stuff for him anyway.
Like a doting mother. I appreciate you, but I want to punch you in the face sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Well, I just want to get the show going. Speaking of which, we got some, well, at least a little weird news out of Britain today. Weird, sad, maybe a little racist, I'm not sure. Guy's been accused of murder, along with, I think it's let's see, yeah, just a woman living in his home, of killing this woman's brother, who they accused of witchcraft.
And it's really bad to find humor in murder because murder is bad. But I mean, this guy, he apparently was in their house for several months, and anything that this boy touched or handled, he would promptly throw away: clothes, pots, plates, just household stuff. And if he touched it, it was cursed. Throw it away. And then just crazier and crazier, and all of a sudden it was a while. Apparently, he was beating him and his two sisters, and
first I think just physically, and then with sticks, and then with pipes and concrete,
which is more physical. Anyways,
yeah. In the end, according to reports I've read, the kid was begging to die by the end of the beating,
which is incredible to me because I don't know. I've never seen that in person. I've never seen that kind of evil in person, and I guess I've been kind of giggling just to keep from being enraged, which
yeah.
I would rather be, but can't do that.
And the thing that gets me is the fact that this exists. The fact that it's in Britain, kind of put it on the spotlight and everything. But according to the sources in the news, this happens all the time in Africa, which is actually where a good portion of these people are from. This is actually a regular occurrence to accuse somebody of witchcraft and beat it out of them, or kill them,
remove the witchcraft from them,
right?
Forcefully.
It's just the sheer amount of ignorance and prejudice that exists still in this world. I think it escapes a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know people that if they went to Africa, they would be instantly accused of witchcraft and dealt with summarily, I guess. A terrible way of putting it, but
yeah, truthful.
Either way, I hope this does actually get a lot more attention than it has, and get spread around, just simply so that we can, shed light and make people realize, and intelligence and that we have, knowledge that we have is not normal. It's not spread across the world. It's something that needs to be done in the world.
It's terrible to say we need to educate the world, but the world is not as educated as a lot of us would have ourselves believe. There's a reason for a lot of hatred and prejudice in the world, and believe it or not, we have pretty much overcome it here in America. And there's bigoted people, there's racist people, but as a society, we don't let that kind of thing happen. And in Britain, they don't really let that kind of thing happen. It just happens, and they deal with it, courts and things. But Awkward segue time. Speaking of beatings,
That's terrible.
This is awful, actually. Or at least an awful segue to something. I found it more funny than sad, but I also find it funny that people would flip out as much as they have. In Gwinnett County, Georgia, there's a school called Beaver Ridge Elementary. Laugh. And anyways, they decided, or the math teachers and the social studies teachers decided that they would have a surprise curriculum melding where third graders were given math problems. Let's see if I can read this one without cracking up. Each tree had 56 oranges. If 8 slaves picked them equally, then how much would each slave pick?
What? Wait.
If Frederick got 2 beatings per day, how many beatings did he get in 1 week?
Wait.
What? Yeah, so...
I think they may have made a little bit of a faux pas here.
A righteously indignant part of the community rose up and made a stink about it, and the school is stumbling all over itself trying to explain it. You know, other than the cross-curriculum thing. Whatever. Like, that's just the stupidest thing you could put into a curriculum.
I could understand, like, cross-curriculum between English and social studies.
Right.
You know, or, math and science.
Right.
Whose ideas would put math and social studies together? Same person who wrote this, evidently.
Right. So, good on you, Georgia. Keep them stereotypes rolling. Good Lord.
Man.
That's so crazy.
Well, speaking of crazy, geez, I don't know if you've been keeping up on world news, people, but
if you haven't been living in
flipping out.
If you haven't been living in a cave the last couple of months, you'll know Iran's a little kind of they're a little upset with us
for various reasons
because we're the great and abominable Satan,
right,
in America.
Anyway, they've decided to try and close the Strait of Hormuz, or at least they've been threatening to, because we have warships going through international waters through there. And it's not theirs. This is international waters that these battleships are going through. They're making a big fuss, whatever. Well, joke's kind of on them on this one, because some pirates actually attacked a Iranian fishing ship, and that ship was then saved.
There, like in the area where we have warships.
And lo and behold, the United States Navy ship saved them. In fact, they pretty much showed up, and the pirates were, we give up.
It knew what a Navy ship do, as they say. Show up and be mighty and make them say, "I'll give up."
The irony of this just has completely struck me. It's like, we don't want you here. We don't need you here. And you just saved our butts. Okay.
One more time.
and they're still trying. I've been keeping up with the news. They're arresting U.S. spies, supposed spies, whatever. They're still saying, we can close the strait. Our own generals say they could, but then they also say they can blow it out of the water.
We can do whatever we want. Yeah, and we can say what we want back.
Exactly. Either way, the United States Navy posted a video of the whole thing to YouTube. I'll give you a link down in the description for the video and the article and everything.
Yeah, and I would like to point out that the Navy posted the video on the internet. These are the same people that use YouTube and use like Godsmack in their recruitment videos, and so you know what? Yeah, go Navy.
Awesome stuff.
Not just saying that as a my family. The first half of my family were Navy brats, and the last half of us were kind of yuppie children. But But yeah,
See,
go
I've had
Navy.
a lot of family in the military. Can't remember if any Navy. I have to talk to parents about that one. But either way, yeah, awesome
Navy,
stuff.
Air Force, Army. Anyways, we love you guys. Thanks for continuing to support us. And you know what to do. Send us some stories. Give us some comments. Subscribe to us. There's a thing. I'm pretty sure it's up there. If you're watching it on YouTube, please, 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 we love you. And we want you to show YouTube that you love us, because then YouTube likes us more.
And then it gets spread. More people get these stories. The stuff gets out there. The stuff we were talking about.
We need you, as a matter of fact. So, just in case you didn't know, love your faces. And as always, he's AJ.
He's Jeremy.
And these are extraordinary times. Be aware.